The Rialto? This is a beautiful old theater, Henry says to Alex as they exit the blacked-out SUV. The marquee is old but has been updated with lights, but it's blank tonight. It doesn't look like anything is playing, Henry says and looks back at Alex's Cheshire grin. It's closed for a private event. Alex smiles and takes Henry's hand, leading him into the gilded golden double doors being opened by their PPOs. Alex had told him to dress comfy casual, so he wore a blue jumper, or sweater as Alex calls them, with a black geometric pattern and comfortable gray trousers. Alex had opted for light wash, distressed jeans, a dark blue cardigan, and a t-shirt that says, "Lightsabers, lit up in a rainbow." Alex and Henry were queer icons, after all. The theater has been renovated, but they kept the 1920s Art Deco of the original building. Henry takes in the rich colors and gold everywhere. Henry smiles at the young woman behind the concession stand. She smiles and asks, "What can I get you?" She has deep blue eyes and auburn hair. She reminds Henry of Bea. "Hi, yes, we'll start with 2 Mexican Cokes, a Crunchy Bar, and Skittles," Alex says. He looks at Henry. "Anything else catch your fancy?" Alex smiles his megawatt smile. "You imported British candy for this?" Henry looks at the mix of English and American candy in the glass case. "I may have let Pez give me some suggestions." Alex winks at his beautiful blonde boyfriend. 2 waters and the chocolate orange bar as well, please." Henry smiles wide and kisses Alex's cheek as the young woman gets their items. She comes back with their order and they each have their own small tray of treats. "This way, sir, Your Royal Highness." The theater manager ushers them to the theater. He tells them about the renovation and the new owners wanting to save the community feeling while giving old theater the facelift it needed. "This is wonderful. They've done a wonderful job. What type of movies do you usually show?" Henry asks kindly. "We love to host the cult classics, Rocky Horror and Pink Flamingos, but we also do the latest blockbuster to bring in more foot traffic. We're really proud of Pride Film Festival hosted every June. We have drag brunches, queer movie screenings, and fundraising events for local queer youth shelters." The manager flashes a grin, and Henry appreciates that this theater is making a statement, even when it's likely struggling from a renovation and not showing the most popular movies all the time. "Alex, we should have Sean reach out to host the next Henry Fund event here for the shelters," Henry says, and Alex nods. "Of course!" They are shown to a modest-sized theater. The manager tells them about all the technological improvements they've made and how they can show the latest movies in all their glory, as well as older movies as they were intended. The reclining seats are plush and comfortable. They thank the manager and then settle into their seats. Alex has them seated in the dead center of the theater. "Love." "Yeah, sweetheart?" "What are we seeing?" Henry asks, laughing a little at the obvious question. "It's a surprise. Get comfy." Alex winks and lifts the armrest between them. He reaches over and presses the button to recline the seat and lift their legs comfortably. They open their candy and sip their drinks, and Henry teases Alex about telling him what they're seeing. The lights go down, and Alex pokes him. "Shh! The movie's starting!" And Henry laughs at the irony of Alex telling anyone to shush. The theater is dark, and the screen screams to life with yellow and the dark abyss of space. The music swells, and the Star Wars opening credits start. Henry feels childlike giddiness deep in his gut. He smiles at the electric feeling of nostalgia and excitement. He looks at Alex, who is watching his expression and smiling. "Oh, Alex! Oh, Alex!" Henry whispers and kisses him sweetly. "We've the whole trilogy, so pace yourself, sweetheart," Alex says and pulls Henry into his arms. Henry lets himself be swept up in a new hope. He feels the frustration of Luke stuck on the farm, Leia's bravery in the face of torture, Han's irreverent attitude in the face of mortal danger. He lets himself shed a tear for Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, who had raised Luke as their own, and for Ben, Obi-Wan Kenobi. He feels the thrill of space battles, and finally, the celebration of reviving the metals. "That was wonderful, darling!" Henry exclaims. The woman from earlier comes into the theater and collects their trays. "Please feel free to walk around and stretch your legs. We'll set up for the second movie and start in about 20 minutes. She smiles, and Henry notices her name tag, finally. "Thank you, Bex," Henry says, and Alex smiles at her. "Go use the restroom. I need to help set up part 2. Alex winks, and Henry smiles. Henry finds his way to the restroom, which is black and white subway tiles laid in intricate designs. It's lovely, and Henry takes a moment to take it all in. He walks leisurely to check out the movie posters on the wall. Some newer, but most are vintage. He wonders if he should offer to help them fundraise to support the theater. "There you are, baby," Alex says, and sweeps in Henry's arms. Alex's curly brown hair tickles Henry's nose as he kisses into them. His olive skin maintains its eternal warmth under Henry's fingers. "I want to show you the big theater," Alex says, and leads him through rear double doors. Alex takes him to a much larger theater. The walls are lined with a maroon velvet with gold, gilded accents throughout. The seats are on an incline facing the large screen with a stage in front of it. Henry thinks this would be a great event space for fundraisers. "It's lovely, Alex." Henry runs his hand over the leather chairs nearby. "It is. Let's go watch the best Star Wars movie." Alex smiles and takes Henry's hand. "Oh, are we watching Out of Order and Return of the Jedi is next?" Henry teases. "Come on, you," Alex says playfully and leads him back to the smaller theater. They've set up a charcuterie board and bottles of wine in a picnic in front of their seats. Henry pulls Alex into his side and kisses his temple. "You are amazing," he says in his ear. Alex kisses Henry and they sit. Alex feeds him cheese and crackers with various fruits, jams, and meats. The wine is red and delicious. Henry feels so relaxed and happy when the lights go down and the opening title card screams to life again. The opening credit for Empire Strikes Back play in all their iconic glory. He cuddles into Alex's side to fight off the cold of Hoth. He smiles at the campiness of the abominable Yeti that threatens Luke's life. He feels the relief spread over Leia when she sees Luke is safe. He imagines the heat of Yoda's home and relates to the self-doubt Luke experiences. Henry takes in the beauty of the Cloud City and how much Billy D. Williams reminds him of his friend Pez and his swagger. Sadness comes over him as Luke discovers his origins and loses a hand. Alex cuddles him close when Han is encased in carbonate. He chokes up when Leia tells Han, "I love you," and he responds with a, "I know." Some might think it flippant, but Henry always thought he was telling Leia that she was loving, and he felt her love. The movie ends, and the boys have demolished the wine and charcuterie. Bex comes in and tells them the next movie will play in 20 minutes. Alex and Henry use the restroom, and Henry swats Alex's hand when he goes to grab Henry's ass playfully. They look at the movie posters together and talk about potential fundraisers at the theater. Henry lets Alex rant about Empire, and then they get waters. When they arrive back, there is a platter of desserts waiting for them with mugs of Earl Grey tea for Henry and cinnamon-laced coffee for Alex. There's slices of tres leches cake, Jaffa cakes, Henry's favorite, and biscuits. "Alex, I'm going to burst!" Henry laughs and kisses into his boyfriend's curls. It's a marathon, not a sprint, baby! Alex teases and takes his seat. He sips his coffee, and Henry enjoys his perfectly made tea and a Jaffa cake, the orange and chocolate combination that's so distinctly English. He settles into Alex's side. He's grateful for the comfortable clothes in this moment. He's so full, relaxed, and happy. The lights go out, and he settles in for his favorite Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi. Henry thrills at the freeing of Han and his reunion with Leia, but also Chewbacca. He tenses as Lando is almost consumed by the Sarlacc and smiles when Han saves him even while blind. He cheers Leia's bravery as she defeats her captor Jabba while in a gold bikini. He admires Mark Hamill's acting when he discovers Leia is his sister. He enjoys the plush green of Endor, something he's missed living in New York City. He makes a mental note to rent a cabin upstate soon. And then there's the Ewoks. So cute. He thinks back to the first text he sent Alex, a picture of the Chief Chirpa with, "This bloke looks like you." Alex must be thinking of the same memory because he kisses Henry's temple. The lightsaber battle between father and son is thrilling, and Henry watches as Luke refuses to be pulled to the dark side. When Vader kills the Emperor to save his son, Henry squeezes Alex's arm in excitement. He cheers when Lando and Wedge destroy the Death Star. He feels a tear well in his eye when Luke says goodbye to his father at his funeral pyre, but smiles when Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, and his father appear in ghost form to comfort him. Alex cuddles Henry and kisses into his blonde hair when the movie ends. "I love a happy ending," Henry says wistfully, and Alex smiles. "You're my happy ending, Henry." Henry looks up at his loving boyfriend and kisses him sweetly. "I love you," Henry says. "I know." Alex smiles, and Henry playfully pokes him.